Welcome to GKey Solutions Private Limited. SQL Server Database Real-Time Interview Questions and Answers. Question number 42. Finding working days and excluding holidays between two dates.
In this session, we are going to discuss about finding working days and excluding holidays between 2 days. First, we will see working days. Coming to the definition, working days is equal to total days excluding weekends, that is Saturday and Sunday. If holidays must also be excluded, we maintain a holiday table. There is a table that we are creating here that is called date range with employee ID, start date and end date. We are inserting two records here with a start date and end date and employee ID. Here the start date is 2025-09-01 and end date is 2025-09-10. Here there is a span of 10 days we are having for this first record, and coming to the next record, that is 2025-905, 2025-915, there is 11 days span is there between these two dates. Here we have the scenario that counting working days excluding weekends, we have to use a tally table or number generator to expand the tables. For that, we are coming to the concept called CTA, that is common table expression. We can have with as a keyword in this. Here we are creating n as a CTE. Here with n as select row number over order by select none. That means we are not selecting anything. Minus 1 as n. Here n is generating a sequence number on this table, like based on these tables. Sys all objects. This is a system defined table which is available in SQL Server database that maintains the information about all the objects like tables, stored procedures, functions and everything with start date and end date. Based on this table, we are going to generate a sequence number from 0 and so on. And we are selecting d.employee ID, d.start date, d.end date, count star as working days from date range table, and we are aliasing it as d. And we are using a cross apply, which is kind of a join. We'll explain this thing after this part. And cross join, select dated day n means this is a sequence number that we have generated, and d dot start date, this d means that is the table of a date range, d dot start date and d dot end date, and we are generating a data set for this by using this cross apply as x, where date name weekday comma x dot dt not in Saturday Sunday, group by d dot employee ID, d dot start date and d dot end date from the date range table. Here for employee ID 1, 10 calendar days are there, 2 weekends, and working days are something like 8 working days. And for employee ID 2, 11 calendar days are there, 4 weekend days and 7 working days. In this way we are going to calculate. By using this query, we are going to calculate the working days excluding the Saturdays and Sundays. Why we use it in working days query? In this part of query, with n as select row number over order by select null minus 1 as n from sys.all.objects. What this set of query or a block of query is going to do is, we just want a sequence numbers from 0, 1, 2, 3 to generate dates between start and end date. Okay. Here row number assigns a unique sequence number to each row in sys.all.objects, and we are subtracting with 1 that gives us a sequence starting from 0. In this way this query is going to work and it is going to generate a sequence number from 0. What about the cross apply in SQL Server? Cross apply is like a special type of join that lets you join each row of table with the result of a table valued function or derived table that we have derived in the query like this. Here we have used a cross join and we are making a data set as x. That is how we can exclude the weekends like Saturday and Sunday. And there is another scenario, that is excluding public holidays. Let's add a holiday table in this. Here we are creating a table called holidays, and we are inserting the holiday values into this table. That is, two dates we are inserting, that is 2025-09-08, 2025-09-12 are the holidays that we are inserting into the holiday table. Now modify the query. Here the same thing, like with CTE select row number over order by select null -1 as n from sys.all.objects. It is going to generate a sequence number from 0 and it will increase 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. And we are selecting employee ID from date range, start date, end date, and we are counting as working days from date range D. We are cross apply. We are applying cross apply here, and we are selecting date add day n comma d dot start date as dt from n. N is the CTE that we have created as a sequence number, where small n is less than or equal. This is the sequence number, and capital N is the CTE name, and n is the sequence numbers that we have generated, where small n is less than or equal to date diff date, where d dot start date comma d dot end date as x. Here we are using the where condition, date name weekday comma x dot dt not in Saturday comma Sunday, and x dot dt not in select holiday date from holidays, that we are selecting the holidays. In this scenario, the date should not be in Saturday or Sunday, that means weekends, and the date that should not be in holidays table. Here we are grouping by d dot employee ID, d dot start date, and d dot end date. Let's see the summary of these things. To generate a date, sys.all.objects plus row number we are using in this query, and exclude Saturday and Sunday, date name weekday comma dt we have used, and exclude holidays we are joining with the holiday table. Let's see these things practically in SSMS. We are in SSMS, that is called SQL Server Management Studio, and we are at demo.GKey database. First we will see all the scenarios one by one. Here first, working days between two dates. There is no sample data. Let's see the sys.all.objects table. What is there in this? This is the table which contains different object names. The object may be stored procedure, table, like functions, triggers everything. It maintains a table, and start date, end date, some columns it is going to maintain, like create date, modify date, something like it is going to maintain the info about the objects in the SQL Server database. And here we are creating a date range table, and we are inserting these two records into the table. Okay, and we have inserted two records into the table. Here let's see, we are just generating a sequence number from sys.all.objects, and we are starting the sequence from the 0 by minusing with 1, and we are selecting as we discussed in the previous slide. Let's see the output by executing this query. See, the start date and end date working days are like 8, and coming to this date, the start date and end date, the span of these dates are between these two dates is 5-15, that is and working days are like 7. Well, because total 10 days, and there are weekdays and holidays which are excluded. Here also it applies the same. In this way, we are excluded only the weekdays, that is Saturday and Sunday in this query. Coming to excluding the holidays as well, this query just excludes the weekends as well as the holidays which are there in the holidays table. To check these things, we have to create the holidays table. This is how we are going to create the holidays table. Drop table. If there is any table like holidays, we are dropping it, and we are creating a table called holidays with a column name holiday date and date data type. We are inserting the values 2025-09-08, 2025-09-12. These are two holidays which are there, which are going to be there in the holidays table, and we are comparing it with our table, and we are executing an holiday table has been created. And in this way, again we are generating a sequence number, and we are taking the same query, and in this way, in the where condition, what we are doing here is selecting holiday date from holidays. We are selecting the holidays, and in the where condition, there should not be a Saturday and Sunday. By executing this query, it will just display the values like this. In this query, before what was displayed, there are no holidays excluded there. here also in the previous query. Now the holidays have been excluded from these two dates. Here this query excluded the weekends, that is Saturdays and Sundays, and holidays as well, by comparing with the holidays table, which are having two holiday dates in between these two dates. In this way, we are going to write a queries to get working days between two dates, excluding holidays and weekends. For practical purposes, I have put this query like scripts in description part of this video. You can use them. Thank you.
Stay connected with GKey IT solutions on all your favorite platforms. Follow us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram and Facebook. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with all our latest content. Join the GKey community and grow your IT career with us.